is the moment the LeBron James era ended. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Right now in the series, it's a 3-0 towards the Nuggets. I would be pleasantly surprised if the Lakers actually somehow managed to make some sort of comeback. But just as the title entails, I can't lie, it might be cooked for the Lakers, bro. But let's check it out, man.
The 2023 NBA All-Star Game in Salt Lake City is widely regarded as one of the worst in NBA history. It garnered the lowest viewership since at least the 1990s, and the consensus among fans and coaches alike was overwhelmingly negative.
But that is the worst basketball game ever played.
Wait, what
To be
game?
honest, as a hardcore
the
NBA
All-Star
fan,
game, yeah,
the 2023 All-Star Game didn't leave much of an impression on me. If I had to describe
Yo, bro, why did I actually forget about the All-Star game? Wait. No, because this is the All-Star game from 2 years ago, no? Because right now it's 2024. We had the All-Star 2024 game, right? Am I tweaking? All-Star 2024. Yeah, we did. It was actually called this one wasn't that bad, but the 2023 one was ass, but I'm not gonna lie, man.
it felt like
I'm just
48
happy
minutes
Tatum
of
got
glorified layup
50
drill,
that game,
interspersed
that
with
year.
a strange kind of three-point contest.
He shot that from we was he's not gonna do it again.
But I won't, like, as much credit as I want to give Tate, I just seen a video of Tatum. I'm sorry, but I'm making it one. As much as I don't like want to discredit Tatum, let's be real, bro. No one was playing a lick of defense. The guy was just shooting up threes and shit. Like, the only real fun part was his matchup against JB.
28-foot. This will have court.
Here's what I mean. Since the NBA first introduced the three-point line in 1980, over more than 40 years and across over 40,000 regular season games, a player attempting more than 17 three-point shots in a single game has happened only 168 times. In the playoffs, this number is even more stark, with just 15 instances in over 4 decades. This
Yikes.
rarity underscores just how unusual it is to see so many threes attempted in a
Rex Chapman, I see you.
typical NBA game. Yet, in the 2023 All-Star Game, the unusual became the norm, as not just one,
God,
but 3
Rick,
players
holy.
each attempted over 17 three-point shots, all within the same game.
Yeah, you see what I mean, bro? 10 for 18 from 3. Like, they just let you get the threes, bro. So even though the nigga had 50 at the end of it, it's like,
This turned the game into a farce.
what would that have been if he...
To add to the disappointment, the
defense played
shooting
on it.
accuracy of these attempts was nothing remarkable either. But anyway, let me explain how this NBA All-Star Game was structured. LeBron and Giannis were to pick teams in a way designed to spare any player the embarrassment of being chosen last. And to do that, they selected the reserves first, saving the starters for the end. The idea was that even if you were picked last, you were still a starter, supposedly a win-win situation where no feelings were hurt. Or so they thought. While this seemed like a harmless draft strategy, it unexpectedly set the stage for complications that would trouble LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers well into the future. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves as we dive into the exact moment that marked the end of the LeBron James era.
Wait, so I'm kind of curious.
This is a list which includes every player who was drafted into the 2023 All-Star team and was healthy enough to participate. And
Bye-bye,
as I mentioned earlier,
KD.
the
Bye-bye,
reserves
Zion.
were selected first, leaving 8 starters to be picked. Among them was Nikola Jokic, the reigning 2-time MVP, who had just completed a season where he achieved the highest player efficiency rating in NBA history, surpassing a record that the legendary Wilt Chamberlain himself set more than 50 years ago.
Go
Now, this is where things got not only ridiculous, but disrespectful. LeBron opened the starters draft by selecting Embiid, followed by Giannis choosing Tatum. LeBron then picked Kyrie, with Giannis responding by choosing Morant. Next, LeBron opted for Luka, and Giannis selected Donovan Mitchell. At this moment, Jokic, not knowing that Lowry Markkanen was still available, approached LeBron and seemingly chose himself before LeBron could speak.
Up here. LeBron.
It's inconceivable
Damn,
that a
oh my
two-time
god. Oh my god. Yo, the second-hand embarrassment I just felt there, man.
MVP could be picked pretty much dead last. Afterwards, Jokic lightheartedly dismissed the incident, joking, "I would not draft myself either." But let's be real, as a fierce competitor, he probably took the whole episode somewhat to heart. After all, which two-time MVP wouldn't feel slighted? Initially, the world didn't make much of it. However, in retrospect, selecting him as the last pick appears to have been a flagrant foul penalty 3 for LeBron, because
Okay, you know what, yeah? Before you continue to do this, I see the angle he's going with, and I don't know how much of like how much validity this angle really has. Is he trying to say that because Jokic was selected basically last in the All-Star game, that he now had like a chip on his shoulder that made him want to beat the Lakers? Is that what you're saying? Like, is that really the angle he's trying to take? Man, Jokic don't give a fuck about none of that. If we're gonna be so real, I don't think Jokic really cared that much. It's the All-Star game. Like, he was a star. Regardless, he was gonna be one of the main guys. I might be, you know what I mean, maybe I'm not seeing the vision or something, but I don't think Jokic took it to heart that deeply. But what I will say is it is a major disrespect to Jokic that he's a 2-time, could have been a 3-time MVP, 3 in a row, you know what I mean? Obviously, Embiid got that one. I think that was this year, to be fair. But I'm pretty sure during this season, he was it was really between him and Embiid for the most part. But yeah, 2-time MVP at the end of the day, being selected last in the out of the All-Star starters, that is crazy work, I'm not gonna lie. You selected Embiid first instead of Jokic. You selected Tatum first with no Jokic, before Jokic. I'm not gonna lie, me personally, as much as I love Tatum, if I have the option to choose, I'm probably gonna pick Jokic. This nigga is a flipping 7-foot demigod that can pass the fucking ball. Like, you know what I mean? That can pass the ball better than most guards in the league. You know what I mean? Like, I'm probably gonna choose him number 1. But that's me, and that's how you know what I mean? I game plan.
because to this
So
day,
I can kinda see
Jokic
the
has
snub
been
in it.
tormenting him, much like how the Warriors did in the latter half of the 2010s. Both Giannis and LeBron share some blame in this scenario, but perhaps Giannis, being a rival and contemporary, was forgiven by Jokic. The situation with LeBron, however, took a different turn. How could I tell, you might ask? Well, simply look at their encounters post-draft. Whenever LeBron has faced Jokic and the Nuggets since that day, the encounters have been more than just disappointing for LeBron. They've been downright brutal. And here's what I
No,
mean.
but that's
In the
Nuggets play,
2023 NBA playoffs, the Lakers breezed past the Grizzlies in
Yo,
the
I hate
first
this
round.
game. Yeah, I hate that graphic. Seeing the Heat and no. Yo, that's thinking about trauma.
Then deployed their ultimate strategy against the Warriors in the second round, setting the stage for a showdown with the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. In the opening game of the series, Anthony Davis exploded for 40 points. LeBron James, on the other hand, flirted with a 26-point triple-double, complementing his team's impressive shooting performance, 55% from the field, 46% from beyond the arc, and 89% from the free throw line.
So good
Moreover,
numbers.
they kept their composure by limiting turnovers to just 7 for the entire game, a performance that could only be described as near perfect.
Off the dribble, can't get him to fall. James, the rebound. Oh, what a pass. Barely touched it.
What a play.
But when the final buzzer sounded, however, imagine what LeBron James felt as the Nuggets took a 1-0 lead in the series. In Game 2,
But that's just
the
Denver,
Lakers
dude.
held the lead for most of the game and were up by 12.
Like I said again, I can kind of see the angle he's trying to take, but the vision ain't visioning for me. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Because it's like Denver were just doing this to anybody, bro. Like, they were just killing everybody, pretty much. Like, I don't really think it was some sort of bias or vengeance against the Lakers. I think it was just, or LeBron, I guess. I think it was just, Denver were just really, really good. You know what I mean? Like, they were such a well-organized, well-coached team. It's hard to stop them. They have so many weapons. So, obviously, I guess you could say it's even more embarrassing for the Lakers because they were the only ones to get swept. I'm pretty sure the guys they faced, if you actually go back real quick, I'm pretty sure the Timberwolves got a game. I think the Suns might have gotten a game. I can't really remember. I can't be asked to go back. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, Lakers were pretty much the only ones to get swept. But that doesn't really mean anything. Like, what that means is obviously Denver were just dogging the Lakers, but it's not some sort of like hate thing to the Lakers. I don't think. Like, what is this guy's angle? What's he trying to say?
However, imagine what LeBron James felt as the Nuggets took a 1-0 lead in the series. In Game 2, the Lakers held the lead for most of the game and were up by 12 points early in the third quarter. However, Jokic and his team had a different plan, saying, "Psych," as they mounted a second-half comeback, took the lead, and secured a 2-0 series advantage.
Jokic back to Murray, another three-pointer. It's good!
Yo, you know what's crazy, bro? This is eerily similar to this year because Game 1, I'm pretty sure, was them winning. Game 2 was a comeback win by Denver again. I think Lakers were up, what was it, 15-20? And the Denver Nuggets came back. Don't know why I said their full name like that. But the Nuggets came back and Jamal Murray hit one of the nicest middies clutch situations I've seen so far this year.
Game 3 mirrored Game 2 in many respects, but with a twist. The Nuggets maintained the lead for most of the game. Then, just as LeBron and the Lakers tied the score in the fourth quarter, Jokic unleashed another psych moment, spearheading a surge that propelled the Nuggets to a commanding 3-0 series lead.
The dribble spins into the paint, kicks it out. Porter puts it in. Porter knocks it down.
In Game 4, the final matchup of the series, Jokic faced a choice. He could have taken it easy and allowed LeBron to win one game in front of his home crowd for a gentleman's sweep. However, down by 15 at halftime, something clicked for Jokic. Perhaps the memory of being picked last? He exploded in the second half with 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, not only defeating LeBron in a playoff series, but sweeping him, a rare feat that has occurred only 3 times in LeBron's career. After that series...
You know what it is? They simply just game planned and they found a way to take down the Lakers or stop the Lakers. That's really all it was. So even though, they were down, it's not that this nigga Jokic was sitting at the flipping end of the hallway being like, yo, bro, it's time to lock in. I got to sweep these niggas. You know what I mean? They did me so dirty last year, or they did me so dirty during the flipping, what's it called? The flipping draft. I gotta, you know what I mean? I gotta get them back. Like, the guy doesn't really need to prove much to these guys. He's a 2-time MVP. Could have been 3-time MVP. Like, maybe I'm biased. I don't know. I don't really support either team. I'm a Celtics fan. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So my point largely might end up being irrelevant. But I don't think the Nuggets had it out for the Lakers. I just think they really matched up well with the Lakers. And even though the Lakers did get leads, the Nuggets have just so much this again, well coached, and they have a lot of resolve. So that helped them out. Even though they're down 20, they can still come back and win the game. They're just that good. You know what I mean? It's a onus to how good the Nuggets are. It's not some sort of rivalry or beef that they have with the Lakers.
LeBron told reporters he had a lot to think about.
Bro, you know what? Pull up that Embiid graphic, bro. Pull up that Embiid graphic, bro. Pull it up. That's basically them and the Lakers.
I had a lot to think about.
This shit ain't a rivalry, nigga.
While Jokic didn't make his thoughts public, it's easy to imagine him thinking, think about who you draft next time. Since LeBron selected Jokic as the last pick in the 2023 All-Star Draft, this playoff series was the first occasion where Jokic took revenge on LeBron for his selection. The second instance came during the 2024 regular season, and it was arguably even more devastating. You see, on March 2nd, 2024, having already suffered 2 defeats to Jokic earlier during the season, LeBron found himself once again facing off against the Joker. And although it was technically just another regular season game, everyone in the basketball world understood that this was anything.
What is this fit? Niggas will rock up wearing this shit and drop 40, 10, and 20 on your head, bruv. Fam, Jokic is just, oh my days, man. This nigga is hilarious, bro. I sound like a D1 Glazer as well. My fault, bro. Fuck Jokic.
But ordinary. No NBA player has ever surpassed 40,000 career points, but on this day, LeBron was merely 9 points short of setting this unprecedented record. This wasn't just another game, it was a historic moment in the making. Right from the start, it was clear that LeBron was in it to win it. He burst onto the court with intensity, speed, and focus that was unmistakable.
James drives, goes down the lane.
Then, during the second quarter, LeBron unleashed his signature spin move and accomplished a milestone not even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar reached. He scored his 40,000th point, setting a record many think won't be challenged for decades.
Yeah,
By halftime, the Lakers were ahead 66-58. It wasn't a large lead, but as the saying goes, it's better to be ahead.
Bro, that point thing, 40,000, it's 40,000 like 100, I'm guessing by this point. Like, that's not going nowhere, bro. That's not going anywhere. Like, no one's touching that shit, bro. Unless they come into the league averaging 30 and stay in the league averaging 30 every season for like 15 to 20 seasons. Because you need to average 30 in this NBA as a rookie, bro. Averaging 30 as a rookie, unless you're flipping Wembanyama, bro, like, it's just not happening.
Then behind. During halftime, Jokic might have been weighing the Nuggets' strong position in the Western Conference, momentarily considering granting LeBron the win for his milestone. But then, a different sentiment obviously took hold of him. Nah, forget that, he thought. Remember how he dissed me in the 2023 NBA All-Star Draft? Not happening. With that defiance fueling him, when the second half began, Jokic stormed back onto the court with an intensity that spoke volumes. The Lakers' lead evaporated in the third quarter thanks to Jokic's partner in crime. From then on, Jokic himself dominated, scoring 19 points in the second half, shooting 8 for 11 from the field, 1 for 2 from three-point range, and going 2 for 2 at the free throw line.
Big offensive board. They go inside the Jokic and he banks it in.
Ultimately, the Nuggets claimed victory with a 10-point win, once again stealing LeBron's spotlight and glory with a stellar performance from the Joker. The ongoing tormenting of LeBron James by Nikola Jokic.
Again, bro. What the fuck is this bit? Hey, what the fuck is this, bro?
I love it, man. Into the 2024 NBA playoffs, and the extent of LeBron's struggle is evident. In Game 1, despite the Lakers' 19 free throws, which wasn't remarkably high, it still exceeded the Nuggets' mere 6 attempts. Despite this advantage, Jokic's outstanding performance with 32 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists proved insurmountable for LeBron and the Lakers, even with the referees seemingly trying to sway the outcome.
Golden opportunity missed. Jokic, that's a slam over James.
This marked the 8th consecutive defeat for LeBron against Jokic, a streak that began after LeBron selected him last in the 2023 NBA All-Star Draft.
Yo, bro.
The 9th encounter came just days later, and it hit LeBron James hard, shaking him to his core. In the first half, with Anthony Davis scoring 20 points on an impressive 11 for 12 shooting, D'Angelo Russell lighting it up with 6 for 7 from beyond the arc for 18 points, and LeBron adding 10 points on just 6 shots. The Lakers looked unstoppable, leading by 15 at the half.
This game too, yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Even in the second half, with LeBron leading the
damn
Lakers
near
with
20 points up,
victory
bro.
seemed within reach. But then, Nikola Jokic once again pulled a psych, tearing apart the Lakers before his partner in crime dealt the final blow, leaving the Lakers stunned and defeated. This series is still unfolding, and only time will tell where it leads, but they say top-tier players in the league often find subtle motivations, even creating fake narratives to fuel their game. Yet, in Jokic's case, no fabrication was necessary. So, the moral of the story, never insult a 2-time MVP by selecting them last, or you'll surely live to regret it. And speaking of regrets, in the 2024 season, one man did something arguably just as bad as LeBron picking Jokic last, and he regretted his move as well. Curious to know the exact details of what happened and the devastating aftermath? Well, if so, then click on this video here, where I'll go over.
Oh, hell no. Well, interesting angle, take, whatever you want to call it. Me personally, I just think the Lakers just get dogged by the Nuggets, man. Like, it's just a brutal fucking, bro. Like, there's literally nothing behind it, man. I don't really think that Jokic necessarily had something against LeBron and like wanted to just ruin LeBron's legacy or whatever. The guy just wants to ball and he just wants to, win multiple championships. That's what NBA players want to do. That's just how they roll, you know what I mean? So I ain't gonna lie. I don't necessarily agree with the video in saying like this is all some sort of like LeBron agenda. But what I will say is the point that he made about like sometimes they can create fake narratives. I do kind of believe that like it's possible that maybe the snubbing. I don't know if you really call it snubbing, but him being selected last did sort of motivate him. It's in the realms of possibility. I just don't think it really is that possible. You know what I mean? They were in the conference finals. You know what I mean? Chance to go to the finals for the first time in the franchise since, I'm not a Denver fan, so I don't know, but, you know what I mean? For a very long time. And yeah, like, that's really it. You know what I mean? A good video regardless. I'll give it a like. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.